Hello and welcome to Three Things with JR. I'm JR. This is season 6, episode number 5, episode number 167 for those keeping track at home. And it's a little bit different of a show for you tonight. I don't have 3 things. I have, depending on how you look at it, I either have significantly more than 3 things or I have 1 thing. And I just couldn't think of other things to talk about because I'm facing some pretty heavy health issues right now. And I will not be going into detail here on this episode of this podcast. I'm sure I will open up about all of it in the relatively near future, probably on this show. And don't worry, I'm not dying, at least not any faster than I thought I was a few weeks ago, but I did get some eye-opening news from the doctor recently. It turns out that eating the way I like to eat and smoking is definitely taking its toll on my body, enough that it will require some medical intervention in the relatively near future. And for many people, this kind of news would cause feelings of sorrow, regret, depression. Oddly, though, I'm not really feeling any of those emotions. I'm tackling this head on with a positive attitude and dealing with it on my own terms. For example, when I got the news, I quit smoking that same day. This has been almost 2 weeks ago now. I just stopped. It was like the switch got flipped in my brain, and it was just like no problem. I still have 2.5 packs of Marlboro Southern Cut that I bought the day or so before I decided to quit. And I've quit smoking before. It was back in like 1994-ish. And when I quit that time, I quit for 7 years. And for the first couple of years, I had a pack of cigarettes sitting in my car, unopened. And for that entire time, I was never tempted to open them and smoke them. And finally, I just threw them away. I did start smoking again, though, as I mentioned. So there's that. I also, on the same day, I recently quit drinking Mountain Dew, or really any sodas. The same day that I quit smoking, which is drastically reducing the amount of caffeine and sugar and nicotine I'm putting in my body on a daily basis. And I say reducing because I still get some caffeine from the chai tea latte I have every day from Starbucks. And right now, I will not be stopping that anytime soon. Although I do get it with oat milk instead of whole milk now. So there you go. I also say reducing because I am still vaping. Though I'm reducing that each day as well. And I'll probably quit that altogether sometime real soon as well. I say reducing because I'm still drinking things that have sugar in them, but the amount of sugar in like a vitamin water or a similar drink is drastically less than the amount of sugar in a Mountain Dew. And instead of 60 to 80 ounces of Mountain Dew, I'm having maybe 30 ounces of juice or vitamin water each day. And I'm supplementing all that with a lot of water. So pretty soon, though, this will be down to just water. Probably will still keep drinking the chai tea lattes. But after that, water for the rest of the day. That's probably where I will end up because I've done this before. I know how my body works. I know how my brain works. And once the switch is flipped, this is what happens. For example, I've also started eating fresh salads for lunch every day. Again, I used to do this, but I hadn't for a number of years now. And when I cook food at home, I'm using no salt. I'm not eating a lot of stuff with like sauces and salty, spices and stuff like that. I'm eating out at restaurants a lot less, and will continue to do that because it's really hard to eat healthy at restaurants. But there's plenty of healthy food out there to choose from. I just will need to make different choices when I go out to eat with people. I'm buying healthy foods at the grocery store, like fruits and vegetables, dried nuts, dried fruits, nuts, low sodium crackers. And I'm dipping these things into healthy things like guacamole or hummus instead of creamy, artery clogging dips. And I've not eaten anything fried in almost 2 weeks. The results of the changes I just described in just about 10, 11 days are dramatic. I've lost about 10 pounds already. I feel better. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic when I'm out disc golfing or dancing in a show or playing the drums. I'm really happy the switch has been flipped. It's allowed me to feel pretty good about my future despite having some very major medical stuff to go through later this year. And I'm working with doctors to right the ship. Don't worry. So, considering all of that, do I have any regrets for how I've lived my life up until this point, how I got to where I am today? Do I regret the thousands of cigarettes I've smoked? Do I regret the many, many Philly cheesesteaks with extra mayonnaise and added bacon that I've eaten? Do I regret the sheer amount of food I've typically consumed in most meals? Do I regret each Mountain Dew or Cherry Coke I've drank? And I have to say the answer is no. Like, not even a little bit. I enjoyed every single one of those things. I also enjoyed the years of my life that I spent not doing those things. This switch has been flipped before. I have been over 300 pounds several times. And I've also lost all of that weight, getting down to around 200 pounds several times. My health and my weight would resemble like a very large sine wave if it were mapped out on a graph. So am I done smoking forever? Am I done eating unhealthy foods? Will I ever drink another Mountain Dew again? If history is any indicator, yeah, the pendulum will swing back that way someday in the future. Now, I would be wise to put off that pendulum swing for as long as possible, but it's probably going to happen. It certainly would have been wiser of me to lead a more healthy lifestyle more consistently throughout my life, but I still don't regret any of my choices. I was happy when I was fat, and then when I was skinny. And then when I was fat again. And then when I was skinny again. And right now, transitioning from fat to skinny once again. And facing some serious consequences for those actions. It's all good, though. The people I know and love and who love me are probably taking this harder than I am, honestly. They probably wonder, why have I made the choices that I've made, despite knowing full well what the potential consequences are? And frankly, the answer is not really within my grasp. I can't explain it, other than to say I do what I want. When I want to smoke and eat and drink like a moron, I do it. And when I don't want to do that stuff, I don't. So if I died tomorrow because of these choices I've made, it would, I admit, really suck for the people that I love. And that does weigh heavily on my mind. But I would die having lived a pretty amazing life. I've been happily married, happily divorced. I have 2 wonderful kids, 3 awesome grandkids. I get to perform for audiences on a regular basis. I have a great job that is consistently challenging me and exciting me and fulfilling me. I've been able to pursue many, many passions like acting, singing, dancing, drumming, riding my motorcycle, playing sports like disc golf, softball, skiing, mountain biking, running. I've also eaten some of the best foods on the planet. I've enjoyed many, many cigarettes with friends and some all by myself. And I enjoyed every single one of them. What else have I done? Oh yeah, I've been bungee jumping. I have jumped out of an airplane. I've been to many, many live events of all sorts of different types of events, sporting events, musical events, theater events. I have had those shared experiences with thousands and thousands of other people. I've earned money as a professional stand-up comedian. I've played drums on several studio albums with several bands of people that I consider my friends. I have 3 podcasts and a YouTube channel that I hope will live a lot longer than me, which will allow my kids, my grandkids' kids to learn about who I am, who I was, long after I'm gone. They can hear what I've had to say, what I think about things, and the music that I've helped create. I've survived multiple total car crashes, including one where the other driver did not survive. I've survived a motorcycle accident. I've had too many broken bones to count, and maybe someday I'll do an episode on how many broken bones I've had, but a lot. I've had my knee, my ACL reconstructed. I've also run 2 half marathons and 1 full marathon, the New York City Marathon. I've accomplished a lot. I've done a lot of wonderful things. All this to say, again, if I died tomorrow, I've got no regrets. After all, only the good die young. And I'm not sure if I still qualify as young, but I also don't plan on dying tomorrow. Because again, the switch has been flipped, and I'm on the upswing, once again, prolonging my life for at least the foreseeable future. I really did try to come up with 3 things for this show. However, this was the only thing on my mind tonight. So that's the show. Check out Small Things Considered next week, and I'll catch up with you there. Thanks for listening. I'm JR.
It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day.